taking things over to the pitch as Bishop Heelan's Pat Herbst joins us today. And Coach, your team 6-0 so far this season. Still lots of soccer to be played, but what do you like just about what this team has put together so far this season?
I think so far they've just developed from game 1 till game 6. We've gotten a little bit better in each game. Competition has gotten better in each game, and at this point we're really just kind of still trying to figure out all of the pieces and exactly who and what we're going to be.
Just building this team up, what is it, a strong start this year, what has made this group kind of stand out this season?
We have a lot of seniors, and anytime you have seniors, you have kids that have kind of been through it all, and those seniors are great leaders. They're not necessarily our best players, but they're great leaders, and I think that because of that, it's really helped us kind of just grow and mature over the course of the last 3 years.
I know, speaking of those seniors and their leadership, a very motivated group this season. Didn't like the way things ended against Spencer, but then you start off your season with a win against Spencer. How have you seen just kind of that motivation feeling through this group?
I think that our kids are really, when the new classifications came out and they saw that there were 4 classes, they were disappointed, to be honest with you, because Lewis Central, Spencer, some of the top teams in Class 2A last year were no longer teams that we were going to play. And so there was a couple of days of open gym conversations where motivation was really lacking. But fortunately, when we talked through the schedule, we explained to them we got to play the same teams. We talked about the path to playing in Des Moines in June, which is the goal for every team. And as they started to really think about it, they felt like they had the best of both worlds. They could get their revenge against Spencer, maybe a little bit of revenge against Lewis Central, who's been the better team the last couple of years and is a defending state champion that's on the schedule. But they also had a chance to kind of write their own path to the state tournament, and I think that's really been a huge motivator for them.
Yeah, and this team, lots of guys who have stepped up, but one in particular, Sergio, 9 goals so far this season, only a sophomore. What do you like just about the way he's grown this season?
Sergio's just a great player. He's a coachable player. And he had a great year last year as a freshman, and he's had a good start to the year this year, you know, especially knowing that he's making everybody's scouting report. So everybody is on him, making his life a lot more difficult, but he's been very successful. But you know, Sergio's done a lot for us, and now we have to do a lot for Sergio because he broke his ankle in our game against East. So we have to do a lot for him if we're going to see him back on the field. It would maybe be at the state tournament if we're lucky. So our successes now are going to be without him, and that's just going to mean that other kids are going to have to step up, and Sergio's going to have to play a different role. He's going to have to be a vocal friend, a vocal teammate, and an encourager versus a creator on the field for us now.
And that's what the season can sometimes all be about. It's overcoming that adversity. What have you seen just from the guys in practice now, adapting, stepping into those new roles? How has it been looking?
Not a lot, to be honest. We were supposed to play Thursday, and you know that one got canceled. Friday was rain, sleet, snow. We practiced for maybe 45 minutes, so we haven't had a lot of time to really put anything together yet. So we're looking forward to Tuesday when we get to play. To start to see who is willing and able to step up and you know, fill some of these roles that are now going to come open for us.
I've heard you say this season the goal is to play simple, play smart. We've seen this from the Crusaders, even in some of those late game situations. How have you seen them just kind of buy into that message this year?
We have a lot of extremely talented kids who, as I tell them every day, if I had the skills that you did, I probably wouldn't be standing in front of you coaching you because I could have made it a lot further in my careers, you know. So we have a lot of talented kids, but due to those talents, we also have to kind of bring them down to earth a little bit and have them understand that I don't need one of them to win a game. I need our whole team to win the game. And they're buying into it. They're doing well. I mean, we had the goal against East after we kind of had a little bit of a stumble in the second half. You know, we had Shane Sanderson, who's a senior, a first-year starter, crossing the ball across the field to Jorge Velasquez, who's scoring his first goal of the year. You know, first assist to a first goal. Kids that had done a great job for us, but, you know, they stepped up in that moment. And I think that that's just part of what it's going to take for this team to really get to playing in June.
You mentioned it. They are hungry and eager to get back to state. It would be their first time since 2016. What is going to be the key in this final stretch of the season to get to that goal?
Fighting through adversity. You know, with the Sergio injury, we have a couple of other players who have not played a lot of minutes yet due to some injuries early in the year. And we know that we're going to have to fight through that adversity. We're going to have different players step up at different times. And the biggest thing that I told them when they got the #1 ranking a week ago was there's a big target on our chest now. And we still have Sergeant Bluff, we have West, we have North. So we had East after that came out as well. When you're the #1 team in the state and you're playing city rivalry games that are already tough and already against very good opponents, they have extra motivation. So we're going to have to be able to match every team's intensity, and we're not going to be able to take any time off. You know, we're going to have plug and play players, and they're going to have to step in. Otherwise, somebody's going to knock us off. And, you know, I think we have the ability to win a whole lot of games down the stretch, but we have to make sure that we compete at that level still.
Definitely, and I know you spent some time at Briar Cliff, but now the journey has led you here to Bishop Heelan. What is it just about coaching high school and this group that's just made this coaching journey special for you?
Part of it is my own kids on the team, so that was part of what drew me to taking the Heelan job. He doesn't play a lot of minutes, but just being able to coach him and be around him and all of his buddies. We have 16, 17 seniors on the team, and he's one of those. So knowing these kids from when they were little, seeing their soccer careers go, come and go. Some of them gave it up for a while and are now back and playing. So just knowing a lot of these kids for a long period of time has just made it really enjoyable. And knowing that there's a lot of talent there. And we have the opportunity to have a successful senior year, I think is really great as well.
Awesome. A special journey for sure. Bishop Heelan will be back in action at home on Tuesday. Sergeant Bluff Luton comes to town. Coach, thank you so much for joining us on Coach's Corner.